Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another live chat. Well, Sunday live chat, I should say, right? This is Karen here, your favorite virtual assistant. I am a healthcare virtual assistant who work with healthcare professionals to assist them in the administrative tasks in their business. And of course, as usual, my beautiful co-host, Gail. So, Gail, I'll pass the ball to you. Let's get this conversation started today.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Sunday live chat. My name is Gail Withers. I am the CEO of Envision Training Solutions, located in the wonderful, fantabulous island of Barbados. And what we do, we transform presentations into engaging workshops that people can access and grow, learn, and earn together. And today it's my pleasure to introduce you to TJ, and we're going to talk taxes, which is something that people tend to shy away from. We know we have to pay taxes. We don't want to pay taxes after working so hard to earn this money. So, welcome, TJ, to the conversation. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And of course, for me, as we were talking earlier, how did you come up with the name of your business, which is Best Be Tax Services? Welcome to the afternoon chat.
Thank you. My name is TJ Gbadamosi. Based on your question, the name Best Bid Tax Services, it's an inspiration that came about 3 years ago. I was just daydreaming and I said to myself, I want to do something different. I want a different name that's going to bring a landmark to the mind of people and how can I connect directly with people, especially when it comes to taxes. And the name Besby came about. So I brainstormed about it for a couple years. Then I said, that's the name. I don't have all the list I made. It's still the top on the list. And that's how the name come about.
Okay, great. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Uh, Tajuddin Gbadamosi happens to be my full name
Mm-hmm.
with a background in biology and a minor in education, both in bachelor's and in master's degree. Currently, I work in the healthcare sector. I started my career from being a quality associate. I proceeded to the role of quality supervisor. But currently, I'm a quality and compliance manager where I work for corporates. And anything that has to do with FDA in terms of the medical device and the pharmaceutical industry, that's my area of specialty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to take you into your other area of specialty, which is taxes. And and I'm going to just dive right in head first. Apart from, like my receipts or my invoices, which is very, very base level, I guess, what kind of documentation do I need to have to be on top of my taxes?
Thank you. Currently, I think we all will agree with me on the fact that it's important to file taxes every year because it is the code and there is a penalty for not doing that. Terms of the documentation that you need to focus on, it all depends on the area of the taxes you are going into. If it's an employee, which is a W-2, everyone is expected to fill out W-9 from their employer to show that taxes will be deducted if they are not exempted from paying taxes. So at
Mhm.
the end of the year, they are going to receive a form, and that is the form they are going to use to fill out their 1099, their 1040 form, which is an individual tax form. And that is where all those taxes they paid over the years generated. And from there, we see the refund that will be paid back by the government to the individual, or they have to pay more taxes will be deducted through their refund. However,
Mhm.
if you are a business owner, there is under that same form, there is something we call the Schedule C. That is where you are going to add in your business and all the expenses that you have paid over the course of 1 year through your business.
Mhm.
Your forms that we use in filing taxes, except if the individual is for corporation and all of that.
So whether I meet the threshold to pay taxes or not, I'm still supposed to file documents
Yes,
every year.
yes,
Okay. And am I doing these calculations? Am I doing them in my head? Am I doing them on an Excel spreadsheet? Is there any like any tax software specifically you could recommend that I use so that when I come to you to check my information or to guide me, that you don't have to start from scratch and grabbing a few papers and saying, "OMG, Gail is so disorganized. Let me see if I could help her help me," kind of thing. So is there anything we can do to automate this process in terms of software or maybe an app that can help us keep track of our taxes? I think before we come to filing, because it has to be stressful to wait until your filing month to do everything instead of pacing yourself and doing it all year long.
absolutely. There is a lot of software out there that can help a lot of business owners in filing taxes. But what I recommend, depending on the scaling and the growth of your business, if you have scaled your business to the level whereby you think you are now paying a lot of taxes, I would recommend if you cannot do quarterly filing taxes, you can do monthly, you can file taxes monthly to ease the process for you as a business owner. You can also
Mhm.
do quarterly and you can do yearly. It all
Mhm.
depends on your time management as a business owner and your tracking of all
Mhm.
your taxes that you have paid, all your expenses. I've
Mhm.
seen different folks filing every 3 months because they couldn't catch up to wait till the end of the year. They
Mhm.
have eased the burden. That means they are filing their taxes 4 times in a year. And I've seen folks that were able to track all their expenses all through the year using the accounting method and they file at the end of the year. So I think it all depends on individual. You have to one cap does not fit all. You have to look at the process that works for you. Then you can apply it to your business as well.
Mhm. Do your
Yeah.
clients?
That's interesting. Not to cut you off, Gail. I'm sorry, but I never really heard of that. As far as you could actually file, because in my mind, as an employee, we all know annually, right? We all know
Yeah.
automatically every year we have to file for the taxes. But as a business owner, I never really even realized that was even an option that you're able to file
Quarterly. Yeah.
quarterly. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But then I do wonder, does it depend? Obviously, it depends how much money you make. So it makes sense to file quarterly or not,
Right.
right? So is the exempt still the same whether you file quarterly or yearly? Or does that depends on the length, just the how much taxes you put in, how much your expenses are towards your business. That's a very interesting because I never really, like I said, I don't know that. I only know it's yearly, um, but I just curious to just think about, is it the expense different, right? As far as the not the expense, but the deductions, is it different when it's quarterly, or is it better or less, or opposed to doing it yearly?
Okay.
Just think.
So based on the deductions, it's still going to be the same.
Oh,
It doesn't change. It's just like you splitting the deduction in a year into every 33 months.
Mhm.
So the only thing that changed is you are simplifying and filing your taxes every 33 months
Mhm.
compared to you waited till the whole year. But for most business owners, most people are so busy to the extent that they can't keep track of their
yeah.
expenses from January to December.
Hmm.
So that is very, very easy. Once you know you are done with this quarter, then you move to the next quarter. I think I
Mhm.
would recommend that, and it depends on an individual. like I said earlier, one cap don't fit all. Some people
Mhm.
can manage those expenses till the end of the year. Some people are really busy. So you have to know yourself and know the business strategy that work for your organization.
Wow, that's good to know, though. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I
correct.
believe
That
that.
is really good. Um, so I have another question. In terms of your clients, how do they view having to report their activity? I know everybody has to pay taxes, but clients coming to you, are your clients, frustrated having to pay taxes? They would rather not pay taxes. They need to give you information, and then because they're not motivated to do it, they don't give it to you. How does your client relationship work? Taxes is not normally a dandy part for most people. We're not going on a picnic, TJ. Like, come, let's have fun. Bring the wine. This is like serious stuff. And so I want you to tell me, how do you help people feel differently about taxes? And then I think another question spinning off from that, as a business owner, do you help me know what I should declare versus what I shouldn't declare? So if I take my client to Kentucky, I'm just calling a name, can I claim that or declare that as a business expense? Like, if I do, like, how do people find out what they can and cannot do when they're running a business? But I guess my first question is, what are people thinking about taxes? Like, what's their mentality? What's their mindset? Like, do I love TJ? Would I rather not see him? I
Right?
don't know. Yeah.
People lose their mind for
Yeah,
taxes.
people lose their mind. They do.
Gail, thank you for both questions. The first one is on client relationship when it comes to taxes. Well, speaking of clients, people are usually frustrated. As we all know, people don't want to pay taxes, but it's something that is obligation. We have to all do it. And that's why IRS leave the room for you as a business owner to claim all your expenses at the end of the year. So when I have a client and all this frustration comes in, I already know. The only thing I need to do is to speak to their mind. It's an obligation. We have to be clear about that. Then the next thing is, how do we want to move forward? If you have to do it, you have to do it. That is known. That's a solution right there. The problem already have a solution. The unknown is, okay, I paid all my taxes. Do I get money back or not? So that's where I come in as a tax preparer with expertise to let them know I'll do my best possible to put in all the documents, if it's W-2 or your expenses, to put it in into the software and see how much I can get back for you, which is your tax refund. So once I say I will try as much as possible to get them a max tax refund, then you see a different happiness and smile in their face. So that's in terms of the first question. Secondly, what kind of expenses do you need to claim? For instance, as a business owner, I took a friend on a trip. If the trip is a personal trip, you cannot claim that. If the trip happens to be a business meeting with Karen for the growth and scaling of my organization, that will be reported under the business. You can file that. Anything you claim, any expenses that is being claimed under personal or maybe pleasure, that is only solely based on you and not on the business, you cannot claim that. If you are claiming anything with the business, you need the receipts. You need to use your business card if you have one. You have to be tailoring everything towards your business email, business name, things like that. Because in the end, the reason why that is good is if IRS come back tomorrow and they want to audit your business, you have a proof of evidence to show so that things can match up. But you can't claim your personal in your business expenses. It doesn't work like that. They are two different things.
So what
Oh,
you're telling me,
mhm.
TJ, is that I cannot claim this conversation we are having today about taxes as a business expense, even though we're talking
No.
business. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. While you think about that, Ella Karen, I'll hand over to Karen. I'm just saying it's
Yeah,
still up
no,
to me. It's up to me. And Karen, you're laughing. That means that that meeting we had when we met for the first time,
oh,
we should have declared that, and that
how
should have been a business expense because we talk business.
like if
Anyhow,
I go to Barbados to see Gail, can I see
yes,
even
yes,
though it's
TJ.
to have
Seriously,
fun, can I put that's a
if we,
business?
yeah, how does that work? I think it's a serious question because
Right,
if we
like
go
it is,
to
it
visit
is.
Karen and we are on vacation but slash talking business,
Business, right. We're gonna
how
talk
does that really work?
business.
So I know we are laughing, but I thought it
Yeah,
was a serious question because I think it's left up to my discretion to decide what I
Absolutely.
declare and what I don't declare because I'm gonna have receipts. I'm gonna have
right.
tell
Right.
my
The
business name.
flights.
I'm gonna have
Mhm.
so I just wondered how people swing that. But Karen, you
Yeah,
owe the people you owe your taxes on that meeting that we
yeah.
had.
Yes. But two questions that came out of what you just stated.
Okay.
First, when it comes to people, whether they get a return or they don't, people get real fussy when they don't get no money back from the government. Like
Right.
they get really hostile because in their mind they think that they should be getting something back, right? And if
Right.
they don't get nothing back, some people get upset. Some people get, and I understand sometimes if you have kids or whether you don't have kids, that might differ if you get something back or not, right? Have in your experience, like how do you deal with people who assume they might get something back but maybe they, like what's the like how do you tell them, especially is the job to make sure that they either don't have to owe back taxes or to get something back? Like what is the goal if somebody have that ideology?
Thank you. I think the very first thing we need to understand is IRS has created a tax bracket, which there's no how you are eligible to file taxes that you are not going to fall into each of those brackets, depending on how much you make. So that's the very first thing. In terms of the dependents you are claiming, the fact that you claim dependents doesn't mean you are going to get money back. I'll give you a practical example. Let's say someone has a dependent and they claim their son, and that child claiming that son is going to give you 2,500 automatically. Just a case study here. And you make more than 250,000 in a year as a W-2 employee. Technically, you have fall into another bracket. You might probably need to pay money back to the IRS, depending on the calculation. So what I'm trying to explain here is not automatic the way people always think that once I claim a dependent, quote and unquote, I must get money back. It all depends on the taxes you pay at the end of the year. And on the W-4 form, for most of the people that are 9 to 5, some people will put, instead of claiming one, whereby IRS will take a lot of taxes out of their money, they are going to claim three. I can see Karen smiling because she understands how that system works. So in the end, you're already getting a lot of your money back through your paycheck. Now you want to file taxes again. You still want max refund. Let's look at it.
So yeah, so you just need more children, TJ. Just have more children. Have more children.
So,
Claim for all the children.
I could not. I could not.
so that's
No, but that's a good point. A lot of people have the ideology like they claim three, like you just mentioned, and then they expect to get something back. And reality is, if you're already getting most of your, money back from from your check, let's say if you're an employee, right?
right.
Then you can expect to get back taxes. Like it doesn't make sense. And but I know the second thing was when you talk about auditing. As a business owner, what can we do to prevent ourselves from being audited? Because nobody want that. Hey, listen, everybody's scared of Uncle Sam now. Nobody want to be audited.
But Karen, is that the question, or do you want to be prepared in case you're audited?
That's
I
a
didn't,
that's a better
yeah, because
yeah
you said nobody wants to be audited, but
yeah
you
that's a
might
better
be. So
question.
how do you prepare yourself to
So
be
you want
audited
yeah if you are audited.
if you are audited?
Okay. I think with auditing, first thing as a business owner, I will say keep all your expenses intact. If you are going to have a file cabinet where you keep all your monthly expenses, do it. Is going to help you. I had a case of a lady. Even when she go to the store, she used her business card to purchase everything, and she kept all the receipts. At the end of the year, when she want to file taxes, she have a lot of receipts. The question is, she has evidences for all the expenses she want to claim. So falsification of documents or trying to claim what you don't supposed to. What brings a lot of auditing process is when things are not matching. When the process is not matching what you the product, well, what you are claiming, where you said, okay, I went to Barbados, I spent $5,000, but in reality, all it took you to Barbados back and forth with your enjoyment under your business is 2,500. So if numbers are not connecting, this is just payroll. If the accounting things are not connecting, those are red flag. So we want to be careful about the numbers. If you make a mistake, that's why IRS leave room for tax amendment. Amend your taxes. Do that
Oh.
as a business owner. Don't just let it go or let it slide. I think that's the very key thing that a business owner needs to take cognizance of. Another thing is there's a lot of room for business owners on the Schedule C to claim. You can claim your startup expenses if you're a startup company, your business and office supplies, your software, electronics, and online apps that either you are paying for or you develop, your domain registration and web hosting for those that have websites, your home office deduction is there, your business property rents, depreciation of equipment and machinery, utilities. It can be your phone call or your phone. If you are paying your phone, maybe monthly to the subscribers, or your internet, your cleaning services and supplies. I'm listing this out so that we can see that we have a lot of opportunities out there. Your repairs and maintenance, your security system around your business. It doesn't matter if you run the business in your house. Everything that surround all the expenses can still be claimed. Your vehicle expenses, the gas, the mileage, IRS leave room to claim that. Your employees' salaries and the contracted labors, your wages that you are paying out, your business meals and entertainment. Some people like to listen to music. You get a speaker, claim that. So far, it is towards the business. Your professional services and fees can be claimed. Your interest and bank fees can still be claimed for those that have what? A business account. Your licenses and taxes, the bad debt that you have on that business can be claimed. Your business insurance, the cost of goods that you sold can be claimed. The qualified business income can be claimed. Your travel expenses, your advertising and marketing, shipping cost and postage, membership and subscription. I'm going to make a pause there. As a business owner, one thing which we have to do is we should try to maintain work-life balance. And in our work-life balance life, let's say you like to get a massage, tailor that expenses towards business, claim that receipt on your taxes, your education and training. If you see a conference you want to attend and you see that this is going to enrich and improve your business, attend it, claim the expenses. Your charitable contribution. There is an NGO around, or you go to church. or you go to mosque, claim all these expenses. So there's a host of others that need to be claimed. So these are just a little of some of
Mhm.
those things. I don't know if I was able to do
No,
justice.
No,
that was
yeah, no, that
wow. It's
that was
like,
pretty good.
man,
But
I know, but it's like, wait a minute. When last year when the guy did my taxes, I didn't even add my website in there. So now my so I'm like, wait a minute, can they go back and fix that?
yeah,
No, but all true.
so yeah, so Karen's case is unique.
I was about
And
to
I'm
answer.
gonna park her question, which she's gonna ask TJ. So Karen is gonna ask, if you have a full time job and you have a side hustle,
Yeah.
how do you manage paying taxes on both? But my question to you would be, if my business, if I'm running my business to cover my expenses, personal and otherwise, so I'm not working, I lost my job, and I'm running a business now, and it's supposed to replace my salary that I lost as well as cover expenses for the business. So I need my business to generate enough money for me to go to the supermarket and buy groceries and do all the things, which may not necessarily, technically immediately tied to the business, but I'm spending the money I earn from my business to live because that was the intention. So, in terms of separating, how would I do that? Because I still need to, I still need to eat, I still need to use water to bathe, I still need to live, but I'm doing it through the business.
Okay,
What advice would you give me? And I'm
thank you.
sure that a lot of entrepreneurs probably are in that same bracket. Karen can connect me, correct me if I'm wrong.
Hmm.
Just for clarity, I'm an individual person with 9 to 5, and I have a side hustle, which is a business. So I
Yes.
lost my 9 to 5, and I'm feeding off my business. How do I
Yes.
claim that?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, the end goal of business is different from different individual, but something is constant. The goal of a business is to maximize profits out of it, eventually to gain freedom. So if the goal is to make profits through your side hustle and you lost your 9 to 5 and you are managing, even when the profit is not enough, you are trying to survive through what you are making through the business. You can claim everything when you file your taxes. So let's say, for instance, the person worked during the year, let's say for 3 months, and he or she lost the job. Then the next 9 months you didn't work, but you are still going to get a W-2 for that 3 months. So that W-2 will be used to claim on your form 1040. Then under that form, there is a part which is called Schedule C, is to put all your business information and your expenses. There you can claim everything about your business.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. That's good to know.
yeah,
Karen, what
that
do you
is.
think?
No, that's
I
good to know, especially somebody who was working and then due to a circumstance they lost their job. But thank you. Today's conversation was very interesting for me. I learned a lot when it came to taxes, especially I didn't know that you could claim quarterly. So that's very a lot of people just struggle to keep, like you mentioned, keep tabs of all the expenses throughout the year. And I think that's what the struggle, it's like you spend so much in business, right? You put so much money towards your business, towards the growth of your business, your knowledge, and sometimes you don't keep track of that. So
Right.
somewhere a lot of people loses money because they don't keep track of that.
Yep.
So it's always good to know that that's an option for people that they can claim quarterly just to keep track of all the expenses and you get back what you're putting in, you know? So in closing, any tips that you want people to go home with for today? Something that what can we give people to start?
First thing is, I think we have to follow the law and abide by the law of our country. Everybody try as much as possible. There is no how busy you are. IRS tax filing due dates is April 15. Let's keep that in mind. So make sure you file your taxes. Some people have not filed their taxes since 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Bring those taxes, file them. Yeah, I've had clients that doesn't file their taxes in the last 2 years. So that's not a good way to go. But one thing they realize is they need to file their taxes, and we get that done for them. So that's the very first thing. Keep in mind, April 15th is the deadline. Let's file our taxes before then. Number two, try and get by now, you should have received your W 2 from your employer. If you have your W 2 as a 9 to 5, make sure you file your taxes. If you have all your expenses documents as a business owner, make sure you get those together and make sure you get your taxes filed. Taxes is key, and we have to make sure we go with that.
Yeah, definitely. I just added your LinkedIn and thing here, so
Okay.
people can actually connect with you. For anybody who's interested, please connect with TJ here on LinkedIn. And I also put it in the chat as well for anybody that wants to connect, have a question, or need tax services. Please do connect with TJ as well. I hope today's conversation was enriched. I hope it was valuable. I hope you guys learned something today. I know I did. So, Gail, in closing, any comments that you have for today?
No, I'm good. TJ, I wanted to thank you for joining us. The conversation was very interesting, especially as a business owner. Um, and it'll be great if you come back to join us after the tax season to let us know how you survived. And all I will say is don't forget, people, he said April the 15th. He didn't say come and call me on April the 15th to file on April the 15th. He meant call him before so that he can help you, get your act together and hopefully get a refund.
Yes. If you don't get one, don't be mad. People just know it's better to not owe to get money back. Okay.
Correct.
I'm just saying. Don't go ready
Ah,
to beat somebody up because you ain't getting no money. Okay.
ah.
I hope
Always,
you.
yeah, you can always reach out. We are going to see what we can do to get you max refund. So I'll be glad to help.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Yes, thank you for today, and everybody
Bye, guys.
uh have a great
Sunday.
Sunday. Bye
See you
bye.
next time.
Bye
Ciao.
guys.
Bye.